means his penis wasn't even standing up, for lack of being just direct and straight. That was what was happening. So she was complaining. And what was painful was he knew. He knew, but he didn't tell her.
Didn't tell her.
Yeah. So it was when they got married and she discovered. Then he now said he was sorry that it's been a condition he has had for a while, for years now, and he didn't want to tell her because he did not want to lose her.
Wow.
That was very painful because most times I will tell people, if you're in a relationship, try to be as honest and transparent as possible. Let your partner know what's happening or what has happened in the past or certain illnesses that you have. Then let them decide if they want to stay with you or they want to leave. That kind of situation. So that's when she decided that she was going to divorce him. So the reason why my dad was sharing this story was, this is how he put it. He said, I'm not encouraging you all to be sexually active because I know my kids, but what I'm saying is, if you're in a relationship and you are serious about getting married to this person, hold the person's hands, be close to the person, just be around, and look down. I cannot forget that conversation. I cannot forget that conversation because a few years ago, I even shared that. You have a good sexual relationship, or maybe there are areas of improvement. Like, okay, I observed this and this is happening, or maybe I'll prefer, instead of nibbling my ears, you should massage my back. For example, that's an example. And sometimes this is your husband or this is your wife. During intimacy, if you are not enjoying what they are doing, you can direct their hands to where will please you. If you are shy, direct their hands, or you just simply gently communicate your intentions. I enjoy our intimacy together and I want you to improve. And because I want you to improve, I want to be honest by saying, when you touch my neck like this in the past, I used to like it, but it doesn't work for me anymore. I'll prefer if you maybe massage my breast or you nibble my ears or something. Because most times,
And like the Bible says, your body is for your spouse,
mhm,
for you, and both of you are meant to enjoy it. It's something that should be mutual. Whatever
yeah,
satisfaction you are getting in relationship or marriage is
mhm,
supposed to be mutual. It's not something that is you are meant to be satisfied alone, leaving your
yeah,
partner behind. So I think because of that, people should learn to build friendship from the onset, even in relationship.
very
When you build
important.
friendship, will help you. It will help your level of communication. If you are my friend, I can communicate to you freely.
Hmm.
But if
Hmm.
I get married to someone that is not my friend, it's not
Yeah,
going to I'm not going to be free with that person as I should. So I think the aspect of friendship is very important, and um, couples should also learn their partner's love language. It is not
yeah,
just love language is very very important. A lot of people don't even know what it is, and that is
hmm,
why I recommend the five love languages by Gary Chapman. It's a very
hmm.
interesting book.
Yeah, it's a
And your
very
partner.
good one.
You don't just understand yourself, you understand your partner. You know how well their love language should be expressed, how to
Hmm.
express your heartfelt commitment towards your partner. The five love language, it could be words of affirmation. It could be that your partner loves words of affirmation. It
Could
could
be
be
asked
that it is
service.
yes, act of service. It could be quality time. It could be
Hmm.
physical touch. So
Yeah,
with you knowing your partner's love language will help you know how they can be sexually satisfied. I think that
very
is what I want to, yes, add to it. And also educate yourself. Educate yourself. Be exposed. Don't say, that's me for you. I don't know about those things. Leave me, Joe. When we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. Educate yourself. Know more
very
about sex. Like you said from the beginning, that every woman, that was the first book I read about sex. It will enlighten you more. And that's why, even as children, when children get to a certain age, their parents begin to educate them on sex, about sex. Because if they don't educate them about sex, they will go outside and
Yeah,
learn it.
couples have to be very creative. Sometimes couples get bored because it's the same routine. There are some couples that they do not even try any sexual styles other than missionary. Like
There are
seriously,
different positions. I
there are
even
a
you
lot
can
of
even teaching on the couch,
exactly
anywhere.
anywhere. So you know it doesn't have to be on the bed. And please, for couples that this I think I don't want to be biased or I don't want to just call and say it's men mostly, but sometimes when you have that problem that we are talking about earlier, that the guy just stands up and leave the woman there. And some will just, and the way some couple, like I've had a few people complain to me, the way their husbands will just stand up and rush, okay, he's satisfied, he just rush to the bathroom and take his bath. One, they'll say, am I dirty? Where are you rushing to? Secondly, they'll say, why can't you just hold me a bit? We are not rushing anywhere, except you are doing a quickie. A quickie means a very sharp sexual intimacy, or because you have to rush somewhere, because the kids, you know, they are coming or they're about to wake up. That's a different scenario. But we are taking our time and then you are rushing. So sometimes some people are selfish. Once they've reached orgasm or they are satisfied, they are not putting, they don't care about the next their partner. They are just ahead. You get, but it's not supposed to be like that. So that's, and how men see things as men is also very important. So if you are communicating as a man or as a woman to your partner and asking them, I want you to improve in this direction. I want you to touch me here better. I want you to kiss me better. Do you know that there are some people that make love without kissing? There are people, I don't know what's wrong with their partner's mouth, or if they cannot move it, I won't know until you begin to talk to them, then you hear their own point of view. But like, I remember one lady, she was like, with her husband everything is just fast, like where is he running to?
That means they don't know about foreplay and the like, because there's
Nothing.
no
She said
foreplay.
foreplay is not in his dictionary. So we now started talking about different ways, you know, when she's everywhere. And it's annoying because they were in the early years of their marriage. They didn't have kids yet. I said, don't worry, you are the one that will do the foreplay. If you know you are feeling, you want to have intimate time with him, or you are feeling horny, or you want to have intimate time, then you are the one that will have to initiate it. And I always tell ladies, because it's the African mentality. A lot of us, until this 21st century now, when women are becoming empowered and becoming woke, that they are maybe listening to their sexual desires and realizing that I can actually take charge. Because sometimes you think in the bedroom or during intimacy, it's a man that is supposed to be taking charge. No, the charging or the taking charge is for both of you. It's both of your responsibility. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I've spoken to a few men, and most men always say, I like women when I like when my wife takes charge, or I like when my partner takes charge. I like when a woman takes charge, you know, because it's unusual. Then they are seeing a new side of you, and you'll be like, oh, okay, you know, not same old, same old. And then people should be actively involved. Be actively involved. There are some men that complain that their partners are not active. Like, how will you just lie down straight like a log of wood during intimacy? When you have hand, you have leg. What happened to coiling your leg around your partner, or your hand, or moving your hand around his body? You are just there, and then you say, nothing is happening. Both of you have to be fully involved. If you've tried and it's, she does not know whether her husband's grandfather was a farmer. Anytime he wants to hold her breast, she'll be holding it like he's washing clothes. So when she said, everybody started laughing. She said, ask him, look at him there. But we have to talk about it. She said, but we have to talk about it. And Then he said, I'll just take his hand there and tell him how he should massage it slowly. And since then, my breast was breathing. So everybody was laughing. And with her sincerity, and thank God he was someone that listened. They were able to help their sexual relationship. So that's why I always say the last one is exploration. There are a lot of styles. Even if you are not even seeing styles, or you don't want to expose yourself to certain things, you in your intimate life, help yourself. Decide and say,
You know what?
you were up yesterday. I want to climb up today. Or let's try it on this chair. Let's try it by the wall. Let's do this. Let's do that. Do you understand? So that those are some of the things that will help improve sexual communication and sexual intimacy in marriage, and discussing what sexual needs are before marriage will also help you in the direction. Maybe it might not be as perfect as you discuss it, but because you communicate regularly, you know the different ways to improve. I hope this has helped a lot of people that will are watching, or will stumble upon this video at some point.
Yes, I at the part of relationship before marriage, there should be boundaries. There should be limits to which we can discuss this thing called sex. Because, like you said from the beginning, um, you looking down there to know what it is. It's a very crucial something that is we need to be careful, when doing that. And I think to my own point, my own suggestion, I believe seeing a therapist is better. Seeing, like, not just a therapist, maybe a mentor or someone that has been married, and they know more about these things. Both of you can see that person. You can go for mentorship. Let them help let them help you know what is there. Not you, because a lot of people could take advantage of that.
No, because even when my dad gave that his change, when my dad gave that advice, he was specific. Because sometimes you even see, if you are in a relationship before you get married, for a lot of people's experiences, even out of experience, you can understand what's happening without being sexually active and decide to preserve yourself. Not that you put yourself in a very tight situation if you know that you've made up your mind to hold sex till marriage as a Christian,
It,
or
it,
maybe.
it only work for some
Mhm,
people. Some people
mhm.
are very, very sexually active, you know.
Yes, yeah, there
So
are people. Yeah, there are people. So you
when
want to avoid
like
sex.
yes, when doing something like that, one needs to be very careful. You know, in relationship, we set boundaries,
So you
so we don't.
have to, as
That's
Christians
what I'm talking about.
especially, world, right? But because of how we're living in a very crazy world where sex is shoved in the face, like you on your TV, you're listening to music, somehow you're checking the website, maybe you're trying to shop online or something, directly or indirectly. There's so much sex in the world, like it's in your face. A gentle reminder, the musicians are singing about it. It's overrated, because somehow it's been abused. But the truth is, sex is something that God created. It's something beautiful that God created. And it's something that God wants we, His children, to enjoy. And that's why it was created, especially in the context. So whether you like it or not, as much as we pretend like we are not aware of what sex is or how much sex is in the world, if you don't understand that sex plays a vital role in your marriage or in your relationship, it's going to somehow affect you one way or the other. And that's why it's an important part of every relationship. So if you are trying to get married, or you are married, especially if you're married, or you're on the way to get married, or somehow you're planning to get married at some point, sex is something that you have to talk about. Stand or have a better understanding of this topic. We have to first know what sexual communication is, right?
Yeah.
So it's easy to say sexual communication is just how you discuss sex, or maybe how you communicate around subjects or topics that is connected to sex. Well, now, what is sexual communication? Sexual communication means discussing what sex means to you, or discussing your sexual needs with your partner in a way that none of you feel awkward about it. Because it's very easy to feel awkward. That's why I started by saying a lot of people act like they are not having sex when you talk about sex. But then, yet the world population is increasing. And I was doing the research like a month ago, and I realized that 65% of people around the world are in a sexless marriage.
Wow.
When I read it, like it seems as if the statistics keeps increasing year in, year out. When I read it, I was like, oh God, God in heaven must be wondering if these people are married having a sexless relationship. Like, yes, I know life happens, and in between everything, we get busy. And that's why even relationships, just like marriage, requires intentionality. Sex is sex helps couple keeps the body, the soul, everything together. So if it was created in the context of marriage, why would we have 65% of people in sexless marriage around the world? It is not even healthy. And I'm sure that a lot of people who, it could be as a result of different reasons, but that's aside. In charge. It's for both of you. It's both of your responsibility.